New year, new you, and maybe some new games. Here are our gaming resolutions for 2021. It's that time of year again where we tell ourselves that this one is going to be different. That we're going to play games thoughtfully, that we're going to try new things, and that we're going to be better people. And that all starts with making some resolutions, our yearly promises of all the ways we're going to be better than before. Whether that's saying goodbye to cheats or ticking off our to playlist, these are the things we vow to do in 2021. One resolution you can start with right now, though, is subscribing to Logitech G, so you never miss any of our wonderful gaming coverage. So, with all the best intentions, here is our list of gaming resolutions for 2021. Every new year, we realise there's still a stack of games we never got round to playing. Maybe even a load we bought and didn't even download. It's not because they don't look great. They do. It's just that we couldn't resist those in the under £1 section of the sale, even if we'd never heard of them. Maybe the trailer looked great and we were so excited for it 1 minute, but by the time it was sat in our library, we'd moved on. Or perhaps the worst of all, we just went back to the same 5 games we've been playing for the last 10 years. But no more. Our first resolution this year is to actually get through those games that have been gathering dust in our library and give them the playtime they deserve. Although we best get on with it in January, as there's even more games coming out this year we want to play. Oh no, we're never gonna catch up, are we?
Damn.
This is something many of us have been guilty of. We have our favourite games that fit snugly into a few favourite genres, and we happily play those day in, day out without so much as glancing into a new tag on Steam. But if we keep doing that, we're going to miss some amazing titles we might actually love. So for 2021, one of our resolutions is to bravely go where loads of other gamers have gone before, but we've somehow managed to avoid all this time. Maybe you're looking at trying some new indie titles that even steer away from your beloved combat. Or perhaps you're finally willing to dedicate a few hundred hours to getting into esports. Okay, so that's already at odds with our previous resolution to get through our stack of games, but we didn't say it was going to be easy, did we? But serious challenges aside, there's hundreds of genres out there just waiting to be played. Next on our list, it's time to acknowledge that we've had about 20 Chroma 3 cases in our Steam inventory since 2016, and if we were ever going to buy the keys to open them, we'd have done it by now. Time to get hard-headed about our loot. Open the dang box and maybe find out that it has a skin worth 3 bajillion quid in it all along, or sell it and pocket that sweet 20 pence for our next Steam purchase. It's not just crates you have to pay to open we're going after in this spring clean either. What else have you been keeping in your inventory for ages? And how long have you been carting around 110 lockpicks for in Skyrim? Your character spine will thank you.
Well, that is something.
How many of you are guilty of this one? The next hypest RPG of all time turns up. It's got a character creator with more sliders than you've ever seen before. All sorts of customization options that not only look cool, but tell you a bit more about the game world and cultures within, and you settle in and use it to make the same character you always make. Depending on how traumatic your school days were, this character might be either you, but much better looking, or you, but much better looking and actually nothing like you. Whatever does it for you. But it's a bit like a movie director using the exact same actor in every one of their films. Looking at you, Tim Burton, instead of finding a face that tells them a new and interesting story. So this year, we'll be using the sliders to forge new adventures with new lead roles.
Your particularity gives you character.
If a cinephile wants to flex their intellect, they can just name drop a few of their foreign films and watch their cultural stock skyrocket at the very mention of subtitles. And while we've got a global industry with distinct cultures here in games too, for some reason telling people you've been playing Hatterful Boyfriend doesn't carry the same clout as saying you've watched your Jimbo. Maybe that has something to do with the idea of a pigeon dating simulator, or maybe Maybe it's all to do with subtitles. This year then, we're going to install Metal Gear Solid 5, the Japanese version, and play it with English subs.
喋らないなら生体中も感染しない
Or The Witcher 3, a wonderful tapestry of Slavic folklore and fantasy in the original Polish.
Poszedłem po Ciri. Razem ćwiczyliśmy.
Even if the South Bank show doesn't immediately come knocking, we think there's something to be gained from it. I mean, if nothing else, hearing totally different actors voice iconic characters is a
ここ
kick.
には銃やナイフのプロが5万といるが学ぶのは頭を使う生き方だ
What the assist screen in a driving sim is really asking you is, how good do you think you are at driving then, eh? So it's a bit of an indignity whenever you do turn on traction control or spin recovery or, and I'm swallowing down the stick as I say this, automatic gearing. And sure, it's easier to parade mirthlessly to victory with the assists on, but this year we're making the call. We owe it to our steering wheel and pedals to turn them all off and feel the full force of the handling model. Yes, there'll be sand in our wheel arches. Yes, our virtual insurance premiums will probably triple. But it'll be worth it to cross the line in second to last and with one headlight working, knowing we got there on our own merit. We're craving some escapism this year, and few games offer the sense of freedom like the open skies of Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're looking to soar over planet Earth in a private jet, seeing the sights and trying to spot our houses from 30,000 feet. In 2021, we're going to learn to fly properly. We're planning to pick up a flight stick and throttle combo that should let us feel as though we really are in the cockpit of a 767. Flight Simulator's mouse and keyboard controls are great, but you can't beat the feeling of speeding up on a runway and easing back on the flight stick to take to the air. Once we're used to cruising around in luxury planes, we're heading to space to battle the Empire in squadrons. This is one of the best Star Wars games we've played in ages, and we're looking forward to mastering every ship, though the classic X-Wing will always be our favorite.
Don't worry, I got him for you.
There's always another great PC FPS on the horizon, so there's never a bad time to perfect our shooter skills. When it comes to securing the perfect Twitch headshot, practice makes perfect. This year we're going to FPS Bootcamp. Kovac 2.0 is a gym and personal coach for players looking to develop serious skills. It's a dedicated target practice simulator that strips away the fancy visuals of modern shooters so you can focus purely on mouse technique. Training courses improve your tracking and flickshot abilities, and the game even analyzes your performance and adjusts to give you the perfect level of challenge. For training in a more relaxed environment, we're going to take on the marshmallow assault courses of Lovely Planet. Don't be fooled by the cheerful visuals. This is a challenging shooter that really puts your aim to the test. Rainbow Six Siege and Counter-Strike players, beware, we're coming for you in 2021. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but I've just kind of gone off Fall Guys. We tell our friends over the headset after they regale us with tales of the 27th crown in their collection. The reality is, of course, that Fall Guys is brilliant and we are not. Sure, there's the occasional game of DoorDash where we happen to jump first through every fake door and feel like some sort of unstoppable, omniscient jelly bean. But for every DoorDash success, there's a fruit shoot defeat, usually at the hands of a particularly aggressive orange. But no more. 2021 is the year we finally knuckle down and get our first Fall Guys crown. As part of this process, we must also admit that this game is not just luck. Some people are just very, very good at it, and hopefully this year we will be too. Vowing to play a household on Sims without using a single cheat is the gaming equivalent of promising to drink more water. It's a noble resolution and one you make every year. It starts out well too, until one evening you say to yourself, I'll just have one can of Coke, and before you know it, the 60% of your body that is made up of water is entirely carbonated. Which in Sims terms means you move your Sim into a modest one bed, tell yourself you're just going to cheat to help them pay one bill, and suddenly they're a multimillionaire who never has to work again. But playing Sims 4 without relying on testing cheats enabled is actually really satisfying. It brings back the challenge of building a Sim's life up and you'll find yourself even more invested in them. Although it does sting a lot more when one of them accidentally overcooks some scrambled eggs and sets half the house on fire. So, those are our gaming resolutions for 2021. Let us know in the comments if you'll be sticking to any of those, or if you've got some that we missed. If you enjoyed, give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to Logitech G for all things gaming. One last good deed before you go is hitting that notification bell so you never miss another video.